welcome to the Marley Bird YouTube channel. In this video, I want to show you how to do a fun little stitch that I like to call the Little Hearts stitch pattern. I've used this stitch pattern for several different patterns, including one that's free and available over at redheart.com called the Catskills Cape. If you look down here, I'm going to show you what the stitch pattern looks like, and then I'm going to show you how to get started on making one for yourself. All right, for this particular stitch pattern, you can see why I call it the Little Hearts. Can you see right here where I'm pointing with my hook where it looks like it's an actual heart? We are going to make that stitch by combining a double crochet, chaining threes, a single crochet, chaining threes, and a double crochet all in the same spot. As we do that and we work the whole piece, we get this look of a really cute heart. This is a great pattern that you could absolutely use for maybe a little blanket or for this particular cape. As you can see, as it all gets opened up, this is the top of the cape, this is the body, and then there's this nice fringe. If you want to look at a video for the cape, which is the Catskills Cape, please check out the videos over at redheart.com or right here on this YouTube channel, Marley Bird. Let me get you started for this particular stitch pattern. Today, I'm going to be using Red Heart with Love yarn. It's a basic worsted Aran weight yarn. It's a medium 4 weight yarn, and I'm using a size H crochet hook, which is a 5mm crochet hook. I am going to get my pattern, which is available again at redheart.com, or if you click that link right there, I will give you the link direct to the pattern, so you are good to go there. And let's get started. Oh, I forgot. I want to make sure you get some stitch markers. I like stitch markers. I use them all the time. It really is going to help you know where the first and the last stitch of your row is, so it will make your crocheting so much better. Now let's get started. I'm going to scooch this out of the way. To begin with, we want to do a chain of 47. The reason I'm doing 47 is it gives you a really good sample swatch to get started on. And if you decide to take this stitch pattern and use it for something different than the Catskills Cape, maybe you want to make a blanket or whatever it may be, this will give you a chance to really see how big this fabric is going to be for you and how much it will stretch with the yarn you're using and the hook you're using. So it's a good number to begin with. I put a slip knot on my hook and I'm going to begin to do 47 chains. If you need a refresher on how to do the slip knot or the chain stitch, go ahead and take a look right here on the Marley Bird channel. I've done several videos showing you how to do all of them. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet along 47 times. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you notice as I move along, because this is going to be a long chain, 14, 15, 16, 17, I'm constantly resting my thumb on the face of the chains right there. And that just really makes it so that the chain stitches lay nice and flat. And so when I go back to work into them, I don't have to worry about them twisting up on me and not knowing where my final row is. So that makes it look really good. Now I've already lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And you'll see I keep moving up my thumb each time to hold my place and to make sure it's set. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Again, if I were even just to lay this out, see how straight, nice and flat that is? So that's a great way you can do that. Now the instructions say that we are going to put a double crochet into the 6th chain from hook. So you never count the loop that is on your hook. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to put a double crochet right there. Now the next part of the instructions tells us what these skip chains represent, and they represent a double crochet and a chain 2. So knowing that I'm going to be putting my last stitch of the next row into the top of the double crochet represented chain, I'm going to go ahead and take my marker and I'm going to mark the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3. So it's the 3rd chain. Another way to view that is if this is the chain 1, chain 2, and then these next 3 represent our double crochet, I'm marking the top of that double crochet. So I've done my double crochet. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a single crochet in the next chain, chain 3, and I'm going to put a double crochet in the next chain. Now I'm going to skip some chains, okay? So I'm going to go along and I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 chains, making sure that's correct. Skip the next 3 chains, and I'm going to put a double in the next one. So skip 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and I'm going to put a double crochet in the next one. And I'm beginning to repeat. If you'll see on the instructions, we did the asterisk part. So we've done double crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the next part, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in the next chain. 1, 2, for my pull through. We're right there. And now I'm going to go ahead, and it's at the asterisk, so I skip again. 1, 2, 3. I want you to go ahead and continue doing this down your row. Join me back here and I'll get you started for row 2, okay? Okay, so we are at the end of row 1, and this is what you should have on your hook. So we have our beginning section with our marked stitch right there, and then we've begun doing our little heart stitches all the way down the row. For row 2, it says we're going to begin with a chain 3. So we do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then turn. That's my preferred method of beginning rows, but not all patterns are written that way. Just a little word to the wise. If you prefer that method as well, you can absolutely change things to make it so that you start that way as well, instead of turning and then doing your chains. Now it says we're going to skip the next chain 2 space. So this space right here, we're going to skip. And in the next double crochet, so right there, we're going to put a double crochet, a chain 3, single crochet, a chain 3, and a double crochet, all in the same space. Now here's a little tip. If we don't want to put it into that actual double crochet and we want to work it into this space where the 2 double crochets kind of meet up, we could do that, okay? It's up to you. The instructions say they want me to put it right here into this double crochet. I'm going to do that for the first one, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like by putting it into the space between the double crochets so you can decide which one you like better. So I'm into the double crochet. I'm going to double crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet. All of that into that chain space. Now by doing that, see how it's kind of left that butt of the stitch underneath there? I prefer to hide the butt of the stitch, so I like to go into the whole space. So let me show you what that looks like. I don't do any sort of chains or whatnot. I just completely skip this next chain 3, skip this chain 3, and I'm coming all the way over here where the instructions want me to do all that again into this double crochet. But again, I'm not going to do that into the double crochet. We're going to change that up a little bit. So in order to do that, I'm going to yarn over my hook. I'm going to come over here to where it wants me to put it in that double, but I'm going to go into that whole space, okay? And I'm going to put all of those stitches that it wants me to do right there. So I'm going to do a double, a chain 3, a single, a chain 3, and a double. Okay? See how I don't have a butt hanging out anymore? So over here I have that little loop. Over here I don't. I could carry on, decide which method you want to use, and be consistent. So whichever one you want to use that. I would carry on, I skip this 3, I skip this 3, and I come over here to this section right here, and that's the one I'm going to work into. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go into the space for this one. If this were something actual, I would go back and rip back and fix that one as well. But I've done the double, chain 3, do a single, chain 3, and do a double. You see that? So if I set this down, you can see I'm starting to get my little hearts. Go ahead and finish your row 2. Join me back here. I'll get you started on row 3, okay? Okay, so you're at the end of row 2, getting ready to start row 3. I want to point out that my very last stitch on my row 2 is going to be into that marked stitch that I did at the very beginning. And so it's the third chain of my turning chain. Because I've marked that stitch, it makes it so much easier to know that that's where my last stitch goes. I think on row 2, I forgot to mention that you should mark the top of that initial chain 3. So if you forgot to do that, go ahead and do that right now. Go back and put a marker at the top of your initial chain 3 turn. And you're going to do that throughout because this pattern is a repeat of rows 2 and 3. So make sure you carry up your stitch marker up onto the chain 3 side and over here on the chain 5 side of the next row that we're going to be doing. So right here, I'm at the end and we're going to begin row 3 with chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I just mentioned, we're going to move our marker up. So I've turned, taking my marker, I'm going to pop it out of here, and I'm going to mark the 1, 2, 3rd chain that I completed because the next 2 chains represent 2 chain stitches, but that 3rd chain represents a double crochet. And I want to know that because that's the last stitch of the row when I come back down, okay? Once I've done that, so I've done my double crochets and I've turned, or my chains, I've turned. Now I'm going to double crochet in the first double crochet. So I'm going to double crochet in the first double crochet right there. Now I'm going to skip the next 2 chain 3 spaces. So I'm skipping that one and I'm skipping that one and I'm coming over here to where this double crochet is right there. And I'm going to put my double crochet, chain 3, single crochet, double crochet. Now here, remember, if down here you put it into the actual stitch, do that again. If you put it into the space so that your butt didn't show, do that. Stay consistent, okay? On this example, I put it into the actual stitch, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So I yarned over, skipping chain 3, coming over here. I'm into the actual double crochet stitch. I'm putting a double, chain 3, put a single, chain 3, and then I put a double. Then once again, I skip, and I come over here to where this chain 2, or not chain, the double crochet is, and I do it again. So I'm going to put a double, chain 3. I always lose my hook on that last of the chain 3, don't I? Now my yarn's splitting. Chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and then my double. Okay, I'm going to set this down so you can kind of see what's going on here. You can see that I'm starting to get little hearts here. It's a little hard to see here with the solid color, so I'm going to bring over the sample so you can see as it changes colors what it looks like. Now this yarn is the Boutique's Unforgettable yarn by Red Heart. And so the color changes in this particular pattern for the Catskills Cape is done all in the yarn. So there is no work there, you guys. It's so easy. But as each row was made, the colors naturally changed. So it makes it really easy to see the color changes in the stitch pattern, or makes it easier to see the stitch pattern because of the color changes. But you can see here, if I look at the purple, it looks like it's a heart. I look up here at the pink kind of salmon color, it looks like a heart. And that's why I've called this pattern the Little Hearts pattern. I hope you find this really easy. To continue on with this pattern, all you need to do is repeat rows 2 and 3 until it's the height or whatever it is you want to make, and it is what it is. There you go. That's all you have to do. You can use this, again, as I mentioned, it'd be great for a little baby blanket. Maybe you use it as a little part of a motif for a sweater, or you want a pattern that's already written up. The Catskills Cape is all complete. It's available for free over at redheart.com, including all of the materials that they're not for free. You can purchase them. They're all listed right there. You can just click on each one and have it mailed directly to your house, and you can make this pattern and go on your merry little way. If you want a little help with it, no worries. There's a video right here on redheart.com and over at the Marley Bird YouTube channel specifically for the Catskills Cape. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will catch you again next time. Thanks.